Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I want to talk about what I learned. So I learned this year that I can do a video every single day. I learned I can figure out a way to make time for that by cutting out some other things and resetting my priorities. I also learned that if I want to pre-record videos for Vlogmas, I need not to be doing a watercolor painting challenge where I wait for paint to dry, layers to dry. This one's still wet. So this isn't the best use of my time in December for recording videos where every single day I kind of want a different bird to go up or a different thing visually to be looking at with my paint with me, or another video where I'm talking while I'm painting. This just isn't the correct one. Something that would have been better fitting would have been my charcoal, where I can draw for half an hour, turn a page, draw for half an hour, turn a page, and keep recording videos and have something visually that doesn't, transfer, or we're not just sitting in a video waiting and watching paint to dry. Because that's what a lot of the videos would have been if I pre-recorded, would be watching paint dry. And while I know there are some of you out there that would have done it, I love you, Mom. I love you so much. I wouldn't ask that of you. So in doing YouTube, it takes an hour for an 8-minute video to upload. It takes an hour and a half for almost a 12-minute video. And while I'm doing that, I'm answering comments, questions, I'm working on a thumbnail, I'm finishing the piece, I'm making sure that I link everything I'm showing in my video and everything I mention. So I fill up that entire hour to 2 hours with the upload time with that video. So every video takes me anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, plus the amount of time it takes to do drawing in the evening. So I'm spending about anywhere from 3 to 5 hours a day. This was my mermaid and my smallest. This is something I learned this year, was that I can work big. I'd never done an A4 before. This was my year of firsts, where I really branched out. This was also my first drawing challenge using colored pencil. These are the Faber-Castell Polychromos. I'd never done one before. I was never interested in colored pencils as a child. I just love paint, and I absolutely love these. And I just experimented and got strange. I also learned that I don't really care for drawing prompts. Sometimes I'm in the mood just to make animals, a mermaid, and that's what I need to embrace because that's what brings me so much joy. And that's what I did with this challenge. I just got weird with it and kept going. I learned that something this size with this level of detail takes me 2 hours. And that is valuable information for me to know for when I go to think about creator artist challenges for the next month. What size am I going to do? What level of detail am I going to do? Also, I really went through the purple on this one. Anyway, this was just a lot of fun, and I just didn't stick to any of the norms, and I just tried my own thing, and I'm so pleased and happy with this one. This is one of my favorites. And when I got to August and I started doing mixed media with colored pencil, I felt way more confident in using the colored pencil in weird new ways that I just hadn't thought of before, and I think that also added to my illustrations. And again, I'm not following the prompts. I don't think I care about the prompts. I find them limiting. This was for me. This is not for an audience. You can't see the wing. But I absolutely needed this snowshoe hair in my life to be a dragon. And every day I just decided what my mood was, what I wanted to do. And I just had so much fun. It's nonsensical at this point, my art. I don't care. But again, these were, 2 to 3 hours a piece with the level of detail and some of the things with this. So this would have been a better fit for Vlogmas. This is half an hour a page. An hour for entire spread. And again, I have paper to protect it along with the spray. But I love charcoal. I learned that I love charcoal, and I should do a little charcoal every year, and it would probably be a great place to put this in December because I don't have to worry about drying times. And this is an A5. So filling a page with charcoal on an A5, I can do in half an hour. And it isn't about speed. It's about what time I have for myself based on homeschooling, the holiday, and everything else going on in my life. This is an A6. I had never A6'd before, so to speak, with this size. And I did 2 of them. And I learned something like this takes me 3 hours. That if I want to try something super, super realistic, that is an ultimate challenge, that I need 3 hours of time in the evening to carve out for this. This was not easy. Absolutely not. This was such a challenge. And towards the end, I can't tell you how many times I wanted to give up. And I just said, nope, keep going. Listen to your favorite movie. Listen to something funny. And I just kept going because it's important to me that I follow through on something, on a goal I set out for myself. And it was such a sense of accomplishment. And again, with the mushrooms, some of these took a half an hour. This one took 3. The quickest one was 20 minutes. And a lot of these were half an hour. And this was so much fun and such a sense of, this was the shortest one, sense of accomplishment. And I learned so much about myself and about creating and the things I enjoy and the things I love. And I learned I don't need a drawing challenge or a prompt to draw weird things. This is one I created for myself, and I did it over the course of 4 months. The first 4 months of the year, I said I want to try watercolor pencils, which is something I'd never done before. I want to do it in a challenge. And then in the back I have the Uniball Signo in gold or silver. These took me 3 hours a page. And you don't have to do something all in 1 month. Again, this took me 4 because of the time it took to do each individual portrait with their little plant buddy. And this was so much fun. This is one where I followed the prompts, and I have so much fan art, and I've never done fan art before. I have mixed feelings about fan art. For me personally, I think fan art limits my creativity and my imagination because I would rather a swan have horns than, you know, have to draw something from, see, this is my version of anthropomorphic, of a moon, than to have to draw a fan art from a movie. Like, this is fine, and I learned a ton, but I would rather draw my own things, because my own things, I think, are much more interesting to me. And when it's interesting to me, I'm more motivated and I'm more determined to keep going, to keep learning. These took me 2 hours a piece. With October, with drawing time, with spraying the graphite border around the edge, 2 to 3 hours. Absolutely. This one took, yeah, about 2.5. So, this is one where I followed the prompts, and it was okay. Because when you do fan art, you gain such a huge amount of, because I post everything on Instagram, there was a huge sort of surge in followings, in likes. It was very sort of instant reward with doing fan art. But personally, I like animals with tails and calling them mermaids. This is what I was doing while I was drawing bugs. Doing something like this in the month of July dries much faster, and something like this takes an hour a page. An hour. So this is much quicker when we have heat and it's warm, and I just, this is probably one of my favorites because it's weird. Yeah, an hour a page. And I'd never done little landscapes before, and I wanted to try that too. And I never used this sketchbook before, and now I have. This is 100% cotton. This is the sketchbook I didn't finish. This is the one I started and fell in love with colored pencils. And I'm like, wow, these are incredibly smooth. This is 3 hours. This is what 3 hours looks like. It's not a quick process for me. Everybody works at their own pace. This is what my pace looks like. This is the one I need to finish, and I probably will finish it after my birds, because it's so much fun. Monochromatic is a lot of fun. This is where I took art from 3 to 4 years across all these different broken, beat up sketchbooks, and I just cut out my favorites and I stuck them in here. And some pages I added little doodles with my favorite little illustrations, and some pages I didn't. This one I added a huge one. This one I just created something strange. And I was able to condense and put together and organize a bunch of stuff that had been a mess across all these different shelves in my cabinet for so many years. And that was the sense of accomplishment. And yeah, I got weird with vellum. It was a lot of fun. I just learned so much stuff. I made 185 videos this year. And with the amount of upload time and everything I learned of how long it takes me to create something, I think I'm really set for next year. And I want next year to be a huge success for me, and I want it to be a success for you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a happy new year. Be safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.